everyone, today I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful Tunisian hat. This is the hat for our loop. I made the same loop out of the same colors and I figured it would be a great set to have the hat and the scarf or the loop in the same colors. It's very easy to do. It's a 2-row repeat and you will receive this beautiful hat in this beautiful stitch and those colors. It's very easy to do, and if you're a beginner in Tunisian crochet, just try it out. You will see it's easier than you think. But now I will show you what we need and how to crochet this beautiful hat. Today we will need a 6mm Tunisian crochet hook. You will also need a pair of scissors, a yarn needle. You will need a cord to connect to your Tunisian crochet hook. And today I'm using the Red Heart Super Saver stripes. This is a very colorful yarn, and I'm also using a normal Red Heart Super Saver in black. Of course, you can use any yarn you like. And now let's get started. We will use our Tunisian crochet hook, but we don't need the cable for it because we will be working in normal crochet for the brim, and then we will start the Tunisian crochet. So I will start with a chain of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. This is the width of my brim, but like I said, you can easily adjust it. If you want to make it wider, just crochet 10 chains as an example. You can adjust this very easily. So once you have your desired height, I have 8 chains here. We will yarn over, we will skip the first stitch and insert a hook into the second. So yarn over, insert your hook into the second chain, grab the yarn, pull up. You have 3 loops on your hook, and grab the yarn and go through all 3. We will be working in half double crochet. So again, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn, pull up, and go through all 3 loops. And you will do this in every stitch. At the end of this row, you will have 7 half double crochets. So 1 half double in every stitch. I'm here in my last stitch, and again, yarn over, insert your hook into the last stitch, pull up, and go through all 3 loops. We will chain 1 and turn our work around, and normally we would work into both loops over here, but we will work in the back loop only. So yarn over, insert your hook into the back loop only, grab the yarn, pull up, and finish your half double crochet. Again, yarn over, insert your hook only in the back loop, grab the yarn, pull up, and go through all 3 loops. Again, yarn over in the back loop only, and finish your half double crochet. And in this row you will also have 7 half double crochets. So in every stitch in the back loop only, 1 half double crochet. And again, chain 1, turn your work around, and repeat the row again. So yarn over, insert your hook into the back loop only, grab the yarn, pull up, and finish your half double. And in this row you will also have 7 half double crochets. So in the back loop only, 1 half double crochet in every stitch. At the end of the row, you will chain 1 and repeat, doing 1 half double crochet in the back loop only. And I will repeat this until I have my desired hat size. So just keep repeating those rows over and over again, and then try it on. Make sure it fits pretty tight, because this will stretch out a little bit. And if you want to make it for a child, you can adjust it easily, just like I said. Repeat those rows, try it on, make sure it sits tight on your head and not too loose, and I will see you back in just a moment. I repeated the row over and over again, and this is how it looks like. Now we will need our cable for our Tunisian crochet hook. So just insert and clip it on. And normally we would crochet both sides together. But since we are working in Tunisian crochet, we are just going to crochet in rows. And this is why we need to attach our cord. And now we will start with the first row of our simple stitch. So all you're going to do is just insert your hook in the next stitch, grab the yarn and pull up. Make sure the loops are nice and even. This is the most important part in this first row. Make sure you don't have too big spaces in between. So just insert your hook and pull up. Go in the next stitch, pull up, and you will repeat this all the way along. Like you see, mine are pretty even here when you pull it apart. This is the only thing you have to watch out for. So you will repeat this until you get to the end of your brim. This is how it looks like. You see it's nice and even, and my last stitch is here on the beginning row of our brim. And now I will show you how to crochet our first row in the Tunisian full stitch. Now we will start with our first row, so just grab your yarn with your new color, pull it on your hook and pull through the first loop. You can pull this tight, and now just grab your yarn and go through two. If you put it a little bit closer together, it makes it easier. So again, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two loops, all the way until you have one loop left on your hook. So pull through two until you have one loop left on your hook. For the first row, we will insert a hook now into the first chain space here, into the first space over here, grab the yarn and pull up. Go into the next space, grab the yarn and pull up. And since we started in our first space, we will leave the last space unworked. So you will repeat this, just go into the next space, grab the yarn, pull up all the way along, and we will skip our last space. So just keep repeating this until you get to your last space. Since we worked into our first space in the very beginning, we will skip our last space over here. So just skip that one and now go into your border stitch. Make sure you have two loops on your hook, grab the yarn and pull up. Now we will grab the blue yarn, put it into the front, grab our black yarn, grab the yarn and pull through the first loop. And now repeat. Go through two, all the way along until you have one loop left on your hook. So pull through two, all the way along until you have one loop left. I'm at the end of my row and one loop left. Since in the previous row we worked into the first space, in this row we will skip the first space. So skip this first place, insert your hook into the next space, grab the yarn and pull up. And now you can see that here we skipped the space and we worked into the next. And in this row, since we skipped the first, we will be working in our last space. So just go between those stitches, grab the yarn, pull up, and I see you back in our last space. I am now here at my last space, and like I said, since we skipped our first space, we will be working in the last. So just insert your hook, grab the yarn, pull up, and very important not to forget the border stitch. So insert your hook, make sure you have both loops on your hook, grab the yarn and pull up. And now we will switch colors again. So just grab your color yarn and go through the first loop only, pull the black a little bit, and now again grab the yarn, pull through two until you have one loop left on your hook. I am now at the end of the row, and you can even write it down. We are working with the color yarn, so we are going to insert a hook again into the first space. In the previous row we skipped the first space, and in this row we are inserting a hook into the first space, and we will be skipping our last space. And with the black yarn you skip the first space and work into your last. And this is the 2-row repeat we will be working for our full stitch hat. So just go in between those stitches again, and once you get to your last space, skip that one, and I will show you how this works in just a moment. Now at the end of my row, and in between here, like you can see, is our last space. We will skip that last space since we worked into our first space. Just insert your hook into the border stitch, make sure you have both loops on your hook, grab the yarn and pull up. And now we can change back to our black yarn. So just grab the yarn, pull through the first loop, pull tight, and go through two all the way along until you have one loop left. I'm now at the end of my row, and in the previous row we worked into the first space, but in this row we will be skipping the first space. Insert your hook into the next space, and since we skipped the first chain space, we will be working in our last space. And this is our 2-row repeat. You will repeat those 2 rows over and over again until you reach the desired height of your hat. I will crochet those rows and I will show you in just a moment how this looks like. So just keep repeating those 2 rows. I repeated the rows over and over again, and this is how it looks like. You can see those beautiful colors in this stitch, and this hat is for my daughter, but this one has roughly 8 inches. If you want to make it for yourself, I would say about 9 inches or even taller. This is totally up to you if you want to make a beanie out of that. But like I said, I would recommend 9 inches for a grown-up and 8 inches for a toddler. And once you do that, I'm going to finish off in my row. I'm not going to crochet back. Just on that side, I just crocheted 1 chain and pull tight. I will show you one more time. So here's our last loop. Just grab your yarn, pull through, pull tight, and we are going to leave a pretty long tail from the black so we can sew the head together. Once you've done sewing in all your ends, we're going to sew both sides together. Here's my yarn needle, and now we're gonna put it on top of each other and just sew it together. Just insert your needle, pull up. Now I will go to the other side, and this is how we will continue to sew this head closed. Just like this, just go back and forth and finish sewing together your hat. Once you're done sewing this side together, all you have to do is just sew in your end. And in just a moment, I will show you how to finish up the top of the hat. So just sew in your end, and I see you back in just a moment. Once you're done sewing all your ends in, we will cut another long tail of yarn, and now I will show you how to do the top. All we're going to do is turn our work around and grab our sewing needle, and now we will sew this together. All we have to do now is just insert your hook into the stitches here and just go in and out all the way around. Go through. We will leave the tail on the one side, so leave a tail here and just continue going around. Once you came to the other side, all we're going to do now is pull both ends and pull the hat closed. Like you can see, it's closing on its own. Pull a little bit on the left, a little bit on the right, and you can see it's almost all the way closed. And what you can do now, when it's tight, just make a knot. And in a moment we will turn our hat around, so just make a knot. And now we can turn our work around. Now I will grab my needle and I will go with a couple of stitches and sew this little hole together. Just grab the yarn, pull through, go to the other side, pull through, just as this little hole is closed on top. Once you sewed in all your ends, on top everything is closed up, and this is how our hat looks like right now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make a pom-pom with my green clover pom-pom maker. You can make a pom-pom, but you don't have to if you don't want to, and I will show you in just a moment how my hat looks like. I finished sewing on my pom-pom, and this is how my hat looks like. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and to make this beautiful and easy Tunisian hat with me, I would love to see your pictures. You can find me on Instagram and send me pictures there, or you can leave me a comment. I always love reading all your comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back soon. Bye.